There's Hollywood action movies that we all love and enjoy. And then there's Southeast Asian action cinema. It's a subgenre that is not restrained by the Hollywood studios that are too afraid to show grounded, more realistic violence. The Raid. Also known in certain countries, depending on where you live, as The Raid Redemption. It was released in limited cinemas in 2011. Written and directed by Gareth Evans. So a couple of actors in the film are Iko Uwais and Joe Taslim. Our main protagonist, the one we follow, is Rama, who's played by Iko. This is a martial arts movie. I didn't feel it necessary to go into character development because we're not really here for that. We're here for balls to the wall action. Plot of the film is about a SWAT team trapped in a multi-story apartment building attempting to dismantle a drug lord's crime empire. God knows how many years of skill it requires to be this proficient. Hell, I mean, a lot of the extras are trained martial artists. Every punch, elbow, kick hurts like hell. It's more realistic because we aren't seeing fights chopped up in the editing to make it appear faster to audiences. Our main guy, Rama, does this sick combo. What he does is he confiscates a knife, he gets between two guys, the knife flicking through arteries and pressure points like a Michelin sushi chef. The situation is very perilous for our SWAT team. They are faced with knives, guns, machetes, whatever weapons the bad guys can get a hold of. They're having to adapt on the fly to use anything that they can get their hands on. I mean, everything. Chairs, pots, pans to turn the tide. Our protagonist runs from danger. He's basically a lethal weapon which understands his mortality, regardless of how competent he is with his fists. It's basically using your proprioception to understand where you are in the space around you, mitigating chances that they get cornered, ensuring that an exit can always be used if they are overwhelmed. I think this movie has style or lack thereof. It's not John Wick that has bad guys dressed in perfectly tailored suits. It's grounded in reality. Our bad guys are everyday looking, loose t-shirts, trainers, hoodies, and it basically masks their lethality because they look unassuming. The cinematography in the movie definitely captures the entire space. We transition from room to room, we go above and below, in and out. There's definitely a fluidity and precision that we never lose track of where our characters are, and we're able to follow the action really easily as viewers. When we watch the fighting unfold, it kind of swings perspective based on who's gaining momentum. Our bad guys are winning, so it focuses on them, and then it swings back to our protagonist who tries to get the upper hand. This film is definitely a marathon. Our SWAT team are clearing floor by floor. It's a really cool story element because what we're doing is we're basically progressing up. So we're going up against ever increasingly difficult opponents. Sometimes we're swarmed by multiple enemies. Other moments we're involved in a personal mano-a-mano clash. Definitely like a video game. For action RPGs, fantasy, shooters or whatever, you start small as a noob and you gradually level up and you make your way up to the final boss. The fights in this movie feel like an exhaustive marathon. They're akin to a very super focused and intense Dark Souls boss fight. Characters push their physical prowess to the limit, drained of energy, fighting out of sheer desperation, bathed in sweat. A great example of this is the 2v1 final fight, accompanied by the kick-ass Mike Shinoda score. The gradual build up to an orchestral crescendo after a 7-minute grueling fight to the death is peak. It reaches a triumphant, cathartic conclusion. Thanks for listening, everyone. Have a good day.